When you're a kid, you think the universe revolves around you. You think that you'll always be protected and cared for. Then, one day, you realize that's not true. Because when you're alone as a kid, the monsters see you as weaker. You don't even know they're getting closer. Till it's too late.
Hiya, Georgie.
Hey everybody, welcome to We Watched a Movie. It's Finn here
Cass.
and Cass, and we are going to go over a very special episode for the both of us, the movie It.
The remake
of It. So we're just going to dive right into it. Cass,
man,
what's your thoughts?
So for one, I think clowns are absolutely stupid. Just because I've never found them scary. When I originally watched It, I really enjoyed it because it was like it was a take on something. This, coming from just a horror movie fan's perspective, if I just kind of disregard the original that it came from, it's really good. It's even good for being It, but it's really good. It catches you off guard. You're looking at foreground and background, and it comes out of nowhere. It got me a couple of times, and I give it credit for that.
I'm actually coming at this from the perspective of having read the book, having of course seen the original television movie version that when it even came out, and then being just a Stephen King fan in general and knowing where this book and this story sits in the overarching canon of his work. This is one of the best adaptations, which I'm very satisfied to say that this summer was salvaged by It. Stephen King fans, if you're looking for the good adaptation this summer, it is It, without a doubt. I thought them advancing the story 30 years and setting it in the late 80s as opposed to the late 50s like the original story is set, I thought that was really pretty genius, especially right now with Stranger Things being as popular as it is. And how like a lot of people are kind of getting this nostalgia for the 80s right now. I loved the shout out to Batman '89 because I mean this is chapter 1. That's something we should go ahead and talk about, the fact that this is going to be 2 films, which I think was really ambitious of them to go ahead and try and do, and really pretty that's, gotta say hats off to the studio for like having the confidence in these filmmakers to give them 2 films. We're going to deal with the adult side of the story in the next film. I only have a couple of complaints that I thought that there was a few of those characters that got short shrift. Richie, for one, which was played by, speaking of Stranger Things,
one kid,
Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolfhard. Yeah, he played Mike. I cannot remember the last name, but Mike from Stranger Things. He plays Richie Tozier in this.
Who's great comic
and which was actually Seth Green's character. In
which
the original.
You can see where a lot
TV
of it
series,
came from
or
too.
TV version. Yeah.
So.
But I thought his character did get short shrift a little bit. You didn't really get to know him that well. I thought they kind of shorted Mike a bit, quite a bit actually. Ben even I thought got a bit of a short hand, and Stan I thought got kind of shorted. Now Stan gets shorted period in the book even, because he's really kind of a secondary, he's not that big of a focus of a character. So, him getting shorted in this version didn't really bother me that much. Those other guys kind of a little bit, especially Mike, given how important Mike ends up being in the adult segment of that story. it also resonated for me a lot because I was that age, you know, during those times. That literally was the age that I was in 1989. So for me, that's watching those kids do that was pretty amazing. Yeah, I thought it was, you know, like I say, very well crafted, well done horror film. You know, great adaptation of the original story material.
It kept it entertaining. In the lulls of it, there was comedy, which was great. Yeah. And
well,
then
those kids.
They do it, man.
that's maybe one of the few things. Oh, okay. So speaking of uncomfortable things, one of the things that they did leave out, and readers, like if you've read the books, you know about this, and they did leave this out. There's a sex scene in the child story part of it.
Wow.
That takes place between Beverly and all the rest of the guys because they have to form this bond in order to take on the monster. I know. The look on your face, and I know.
Completely cut that, because that would be.
And it's weird when you read it. It's not written in an offensive manner. It really isn't. It's written in a gentle enough manner, but it's still weird because yes, they're children. Keep in mind, Stephen King was doing a lot of drugs at the time that he wrote this. He was still very heavily a drinker and a drug user. So, but the only other complaint that I have with this movie is that it really didn't feel like they focused enough on their bond as a friendship being what overcame the monster.
Yeah.
That wasn't made nearly clear enough, I don't think, to the audience.
But
and
you
that
can
is
kind of see the hints. Yeah, but I
you
can
can
see
see the hints of it, but that really kind of needs to be the touchstone corner piece of that story, of that particular part of the story, because that's what helps them win in the end, is their friendship and their bond, you know. And I think that was one area where I think they fell
overcoming all odds, a Leviathan-faced evil clown.
right. And it was a little bit of Leviathan-facey kind of, you know, especially with the painting. But that's again, a lot of that stuff is based out of the book. I mean, straight up.
Enjoyed. I honestly cannot pronounce the guy's name, but I really enjoyed his Pennywise. Yeah, I really did. Like, he just. It was you saw his hatred for the kids, but you also saw his enjoyment.
And his need, it's a hunger, you know. And they played that very well, both he and the way they wrote it and the performance. I really would like to compare it to, and I'd like to say that it is the Heath Ledger Joker of Pennywise the Clown. It reinvents it and makes it its own, but also still kind of nods to and takes some cue from what had gone before. Because there was flashes of Tim Curry's It performance and his Pennywise in that performance. I don't think you can watch that performance without seeing some amount of Tim Curry's version in there. But it definitely made it its own thing and made it and heightened it and you know, cranked it up to 11. I mean, I even was, and as cynical of a horror film watcher as I am, I even was like, oh, that's a little... Yeah,
there were some intense scenes.
Right.
There were some intense scenes.
But yeah, that's been it. We watched a movie. It was an excellent adaptation of that Stephen King novel. I cannot wait for chapter 2 and the conclusion. Definitely, y'all go check that one out. I don't think they need our help blowing up anymore, but you know, I loved it, so I think y'all will enjoy it too. Until next time, we'll see y'all later. Hey everybody, thanks for watching that episode of We Watched a Movie. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all of our videos. Be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section below and check out our other videos over here. And if you want to be notified when our videos come out, make sure you click that bell icon down below. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.